Green Zone just sounds like he has some kind of infection.
Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Moon Studio Green Zone. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging right up front. Here we have a nice image of Green Zone in both of his modes. His name is Green Zone. On this side we have Green Zone. On this side we have Green Zone. On the top, words, things on the back. On the top, rather. Let's look at the top first. Green Zone, Radiatron. On the back we have our obligatory product shots, this, that, the other things and stuff. Warning, don't eat anything in this box that could be very bad for you. And that's basically it for the packaging. Then, moving right along, here we have Green Zone, and this is the final component of Moon Studios' Radiatron, their take on Raiden, and this is their take on Suiken. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation there. I don't know Japanese names, but yes, here he is in his robot mode, as he was packed. Now, Suiken, I'll just call him Green Zone. So Green Zone and Cool Peak are heavy remolds of each other, so you're going to see a lot you recognize here when we go through the transformation. Pretty much the transformations are identical, but yeah, they are extensive remolds of one another, but yeah, they totally look like different characters, which is great, I love that when that happens. But that's getting close. Yes, we can take a look not at his crotch, but at his noggin. There's the noggin. Yeah, nicely done head sculpt in my opinion. Nice over there for the face. Nice blue there for the visor. Get some gunmetal gray right up in here as well. And you get some bits of gunmetal gray throughout, as well as some silver for some contrast. You get some nice metallic red highlights throughout. Again, you got some gunmetal grays in here. It just provides some really nice contrast here. I really do like this color scheme. And moving down the legs, his big old feet. And moving up the back, you can see how everything works out there. A little bit of a backpack, just like Cool Peak, but all in all, very nice robot mode design in my opinion. Now, articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint, so you get some wiggly-waggly. You can look up if you use those hinges there. You can totally look up and squirrel. You can look down a lot. Head can be forward and back, and you can do all kinds of that. Head can do a full 360. Arms can do a full 360. They can move in and out. He has the same problem that Cool Peak has, where this doesn't tab in super securely, and those shoulder joints are a little too snug, so they just always kind of pull that out. But you have outward movement, bicep rotation. You have over 90 degrees of bend at the elbow, nice deep elbow bend. As far as the wrists go, you do have wrist rotation. They can move in and out some. Due to transformation, you got the posable fingers. Thumb is on a ball joint at the base, and a hinge here, and each finger is on a ball joint at the base, and a hinge right there. You do have waist rotation. You do have this upper rotational joint also. That's more for combination than anything, but you can use that as well. These skirt pieces can all move out of the way, so legs can move forward that far, back that far, outward. Whoop, we can do the full splits. You got thigh rotation, 90 degrees of bend there at the knee. And as far as the feet go, the toes can move up and down some. If we bring this down, you can get some up, some down. Lots of ankle tiltage there if you have that fully engaged. If not, if you just kind of leave things as is, where it looks a little bit more natural, you still get a lot of ankle tiltage. And like the others, you do have this little release latch here. If you undo that, that gives him an ab crunch. Hooray for ab crunching. Now, as far as accessories go, he does include his blaster. It's cast in black with that bit of metallic red. Nice design there. I do quite like that. You also get the magnetized coupling here for the train mode. Nice and all magnetic-y like. So we got that going on. And we have this piece here, which is more for combined mode than anything else, but nicely detailed. You got a little bit of red in there. And those are your accessories. Now, as far as storage for the gun goes, we do have these tabs here on either side, and I can go into a slot right here in the backpack. And on Suiken, it's supposed to be stored on this side, so you can have that going on if you wish. Or, of course, you can have him wielding his weapon as a warrior should. Now, one thing that seems to be an issue with this is that the handle isn't quite long enough. So it's kind of a pain in the butt to get this tabbed in. You have to kind of force it down to get that tab in, and it's really, you can feel that it's kind of like you're forcing it in, you know, because there's just, the handle needs to be just a little bit longer because the forearm is just kind of interfering, and you can get it in his hand, but you can tell you're kind of forcing things in there. But you can still hold it, and pew pew bang bang, pew pew bang bang, and all of that good stuff. Now, as far as this section goes, just like with Bull Peak, you can split this open like so. You come back here and remove this piece right here, which on mine is like super stuck, and I have yet to be able to get this out, and I still can't. But in theory, you pop this out, and you can pop that on his back and have that going on. Things you can do if you want to do it. Hooray for doing things. So there you have that, and now for comparison. Here he is with MP44. And here he is with the rest of the team, and we finally got the band all together, and they look really good together. This is definitely a very, very good looking set in my opinion. So there you go. So that is basically it for the robot mode. So let's get down to transformation, shall we? So to get him into train mode, I'm going to open up these panels, flip the hand in, close it up. And again, him and Cool Peak have pretty much identical transformations, so you're going to see a lot that you recognize, but we're going to go through it, and we're still going to go through it. So get those hands flipped in, make sure they go in all the way. There we go. Just flipped in like so. Come up here. You can open up the chest, flip out the little panels here. Flip the little panel out here. These panels are always very stiff. Some of the panels on this guy are a lot stiffer than they are on Cool Peak. Come on. You might need something to help you. Use my spudger here. There we go. Flip that out like so. Once you do that, you can close that chest back up. Take these shoulder pauldrons, rotate them forward, take the head, and shift it forward on that double hinge like that. Bring the shoulders up, and then shift the shoulders back. Once you do that, flip this little panel out here, come back here to the back of the shoulder, little black panel, flip that down, and second verse is just like the first. So bring that up, shifted that shoulder back, get this panel out, get this panel out, get the panel out, and bring this panel back, like so. And once you've done that, you can bring these arms up like that. And once you have done that, you'll come up here to the forearmular region, rotate the forearms 180. Then you want to undo these panels here. You have these little panels underneath that you want to flip out and flip out. Undo this and flip out and flip out. And then you want to bring the forearms forward, and you have a tab slot connection right here. Just bring that down, bring the camera down, bring that down, tab that in, bring that down, and tab that in. Once you've done all that, come here and just interlock these panels here. Like so. Interlock all this like so. You do want to keep this up for now. And you have a tab slot connection, this section here, so just plug it in on either side like so. And we got that going on. So now that we have done that, take this section here, undo all of this. You can rotate these black panels in slightly, just you can bring that up and over. And then bring this section up and over, and you have posts and ports right up in here. So get that lined up and get that plugged in like so. Once you've done that, these little black panels here, we'll just tab in on either side, lock in right there, and we're on our way to having the front of the train completed. Take the section with the wheels, bring it up, it'll tab in there, flip the wheels out, and like with all these train bots, they have this little tab here you can flip down to kind of hold the wheels in place. They don't really work all that well, and they're kind of a pain in the butt majority of the time. They're way too stiff, so I don't bother with them. You want to flip them down, have at it. But there you go. We basically have the front of the train all done. So now we move on to the lower body. So what we're going to do here is, again, pretty much everything we saw with Cool Peak. So we're going to undo the foot here, just kind of use those hinges, get everything out of the way, bring the toe up, rotate all of this in. You got these panels here that you're going to flip up. Another one here you're going to flip up. That will sit in front of that. You just leave that alone for now. This section here, you just shift over to the side, rotate this section with the wheels down, slide the knee back, you bring this up, and then just kind of angle this. If you get that unhooked, fold that panel in, and then you can get in here and flip out this black panel here. Once you've done that, you can collapse all of this in, like so. Bring this back in, rotate this wheel section up and over. You want these hinges here at 90 degrees, like that. That's how you want that oriented. Again, we're doing this just like Cool Peak, so you want everything oriented the same way. And once you have done that, just bring this down and connect it all together. And there you have that side all done. Second verse is just like the first. And now that we have both sides done, you just want to connect them like so. Just bring everything together, and you want to bring the wheels up and just interlock these two panels, which is usually a major pain in the buttocks. It's the one thing that's a little bit more fiddly than I would like, but it's doable, totally doable. Let's get that all together. And there we go. And that's how you want that looking. And again, you want to use those little flip down tabs. Use them if you want to. I don't bother with them. But there we have that. So now we're pretty much at the home stretch here. Take these panels, bring them down about halfway, undo this, and just swing all this around and under, like so. And then just tap that in, just bring that out. Same thing on the other side, just bring that down, untab, swing all of this in, underneath, line it up, and that will just tab in, flip that out. And take this section here, make sure this is interlocked, swing this back. You want to bring it back at an angle so these tabs go underneath this section right here. So just swing that in like so, and then you should be able to tab that in. And of course these come undone. These little panels here in the middle are always annoying because they don't really stay, and they're easy to budge loose. But get that into place, should drop down and snap into place. There we go. And the last thing to do is take the section. You can see that always, those bug me. But this section right here just shifts over to the center. And there you go. There you have Green Zone in his train mode. That's the best spin we can get out of him right now. That's okay. That's okay. But there he is in his train mode. And a good looking train. Nice and compact. I dig it. I dig it. We're getting close here. So You take a look at the detail. You got some nice silver there for the windshield wipers. Some nice detail. Got the very dark transparent plastic there for the lights and the windshields and the windows. Also done that very dark tinted transparent plastic. My only gripe is that I think the orange on the sides could have used like another coat, because you can tell that this orange is way brighter than this orange, so that could have used a second coat just so it could match up a little bit better. Don't know how well it's coming across on camera, but you get this in person, you'll see what I'm talking about. But oh no, though, it's a nice looking train there. There's the top, there's some little silver bits. There is the bottom. Of course, you have those rolling wheels that can rotate. You can roll as rolling things should. Hooray, hooray for rolling and drifting trains. And there we have all of our trains together at long last, and they look good. They look really good together. Very pleased with this set. So there you go. Now, as far as storage for your weaponry goes, you have these slots on either side of the gun here. You have tabs right here. And you can just plug the gun in underneath, like so. And there is your storage for the gun. And this piece right here, just like you did on Cool Peak, you can just split this open, and you're going to use these tabs right here going into these slots right up here. So you can just plug those in, and you can have a train with wings, because why not? Dare I say, why not? And of course, you can use the coupling, clip this on, and you can link all of your trains together. And when you finally have them all linked together, you end up with 6 feet of train. Yes, 6 feet. That's a lot of train. Yeah. And that is it for the train mode, so let's get down to transformation again, shall we? We got a little better spin on him this time. But now, let's get him into combine mode. So, what we're going to do here is undo these panels. So undo all this, bring it up and over. Make sure they stay linked together. And that will just tab in right there, and that will be its final resting place for combined mode. And you're going to bring this panel in again halfway, and that just helps you swing it out, tab it in, flip that up, let's fold that in a smidge, and bring that out, tab it in, flip that up, and there we have that. So this time we'll start off with the back here. So we're going to split all of this. Okay, you want to unhook these wheel sections here. It's going to get everything undone, like so. Up in here, this tabs in very well, so you might need something to help you pry them apart. There we go. Bring all this out like that. Fold the wheel in, and we're going to take the foot section here, just swing that out, bring this little panel down, bring this panel down. You want to flip the foot out. Just get up under here, bring that foot out, and bring it up like you're going into robot mode. Just leave it hanging out there for now. Take this wheel section, bring it out to the side here, so it will untab, and you can swing that down, bring this out to the side. You want to bring the leg out just so you can flip this panel back in. Once you've done that, you can bring that leg back in. Then you're going to bend the knee 90 degrees, like so. And once you've done that, you can take this section here with the wheels and straighten out those hinges, and that will just rest right in there like that. Once you've done that, you just take this foot section and just bring it right back down where it was, like so. This panel here you can swing out and then bring this down. This section, swing out, rotate this down, bring it up, and a little hook tab right in there. Now, there's one step here that I totally glossed over in the instructions. You're supposed to do this with Coolpeak as well, and again, I totally glossed over it in the instructions. It is there, I just don't know, just missed it. But there's a little locking tab right here. What you want to do is it's best to use something. You want to take this and just push it in. And what will happen, there you go. Push that in like so, so it looks like that, and that just locks this whole knee assembly in place now, so now that won't come out. So you have that extra locking point there. Again, totally missed that with Coolpeak, but you're supposed to do that with Coolpeak as well, since again they have exact same transformations. So there you go. So now that is all secured, and the second verse, guess what, is just like the first. And once you have both sides done, just merge them together, like so. Get all nice and squozen. And there you have that all done. So now, what we can do is we can come up here, grab hold of these fingies, and just pull out the combined mode hand. Put that off to the side for now. You're going to take the wheels, fold them in. You want to rotate them to the side like so. So that tab there is horizontal. Then you just bring this down. That'll just sit right in there. Take these panels and just undo them, flip them in for now. Undo this, so you can bring all this out. You have this little panel here in the front. You just want to flip this down, and that will allow you to bring in the combined mode hand. And again, this works just like it did on Coolpeak. You have this little spring-loaded bit here. You're going to feed this through that opening, like so. And once you have that done, you just want to open that up, and this little tab here will come down, and that will lock all of that in place. And this hinge is just a little too tight and makes this a pain in the butt, which I'm not a fan of. There we go. That's how you want that looking there, and that just locks that hand in place. Now that's not going anywhere. Then you just bring all this back up and over, tab all this back in, like so, lock all this back in, like that. There you go, and the last thing we're going to do is just rotate him at the waist. You want to rotate it at this joint here, and there's your elbow, and there you go. There you have a green zone in his arm mode. And that sure is an arm. That is a big, big, beefy arm right there. And again, this part of the hand is die cast. You get some nice metallic paints in there as well. Oh no, nice looking, solid, chunky, blocky arm. I dig it. I dig it. So, there you go. So there you have a green zone, and yeah, another nicely done figure here. Just a nicely done set in general. The robot mode looks good. The train mode looks good. The combined mode looks good. Transformation, it has some fiddly bits. They all have some fiddly bits, some more so than others, but, they all have their fiddle factor, but none to a frustrating degree. For the most part, they're pretty enjoyable to mess with. Nothing super frustrating going on here, but yeah. All in all, a nicely done set, and glad we're finally at the finish line. So in tomorrow's video, we will finally take all of our train bots, combine them, and form Radiotron, so stay tuned for that. So there you go. Now, if you would like this or any of Moon Studios' other offerings, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There'll be a link in the description down below, so you can check that out. You can also check out the Radiotron playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it. So don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love Peace Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the Moon Studio Green Zone. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Big Geek, be proud, palm in your face. Ah, yet another choo-choo bot. Are you the last one? I am. And don't you worry, Prime. I'll win this war for us. You'll win this war for us? That's right! I've been at war since before you were activated. With my tactical expertise, we can't lose. There's a concept known as personal space. Try looking into it. Would you like some gum?